please remember to leave a like, a comment, share the video about, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you. Well, isn't this just fantastic? Captain's log, subdates 230320.1. We are having problems getting out of the Spoon Kingdom, and this has mostly been because of the Free Spoons attempting to seek refuge on the Arcadia. They need to understand it's not going to happen because I don't like them. Hello everyone, welcome to This Week at Twitter, or Twat. Today we're going to start with someone who looks a bit like one, courtesy of Communist333. This is the face of white nationalism in Estonia, Lamau. Included is, what on earth is that hairdo? It is a strangely functional one, I'll give you that, but looks like you did it yourself. I saw this because Cindy had retweeted with, I'm so fixated on the ear area, who allowed this? The man in question is Rain Epler. He is affiliated with the Conservative People's Party of Estonia, the EKRE. He was once the Minister of the Environment for less than a year. In fact, not even 3 months. Quite impressive, really. It's interesting really when you see this picture compared to his Wikipedia picture, where he looks a bit more relaxed, yet still, with regards to those ears, the hair has to be done a certain way, and I don't quite understand it myself. Then again, I'm not the most fashionable person at the best of times. I'm hardly going to understand Estonia's fashion either, Moving on, Carol Roth. On what occasion would you wear this? Hashtag on what occasion. Included is an 18-second video. It is obviously playing on the screen because copyright might well have audio in the background that would get me into trouble. It looks to me like someone emulating a mitochondria, a bacteria, possibly somebody cosplaying as a COVID molecule, a light version without the red. Is this one you colour in for yourself? Can I query, does it perhaps keep you safe when it rains? Is it to provide your 1 meter barrier? Sorry, 2, although you'd have to have very short arms for this to be applicable. Is this the 21st century equivalent of a no-no square shield? A guaranteed barrier? Maybe a condom, so you can be inserted up somebody, and I'm assuming ribbed for their pleasure, right? Is that it? Or do those long little bits that stick out that look like spines, do they perhaps have aloe vera on after you've been inserted to try and ease the burning? Is this too much? Because I could say more. Irate Alex retweeted this with funerals, and others replying to him, pot scrubbing competitions, and anywhere where there's people just outside. It's the get the f away from me outfit. I like that. An accurate summation of what it actually is. Certainly is not fashionable. So moving on from that, we're going to look at a video. It's only 8 seconds long. This video I've seen multiple times shared about, but it's only right we give this a little attention. From Mike Sington, remote kissing device developed for long-distance lovers. Attached to your phone, the kissing gesture you make on your phone is replicated on the second phone. It's an 8-second video. It's playing while we talk. Reply from Cindy again. I can't stop replaying and giggling. Now my view on this is, and in fact I saved the file of it as this, incel kissing device. Replicating how you kiss another person, but in that video I have never seen two people look more awkward when their lips are pressed up against that crap. If you want intimacy that bad, might I recommend a GoFundMe to get a bloody plane ticket to go and do it in person? Or, wait for the inevitable, someone turning that into what can only be considered a weak tea fleshlight. Mimic and imitate the kiss, sure, with your mouth wide open and someone sticking their dick in it. But done long distance, so you've also given them a blowy. Yay! The incels will be so happy with this. So happy. This might be my older brain struggling to understand why devices like this need to exist, but go figure it came from Japan, a country where there is a man who removed his own genitals and served it to others to eat as a form of art. The same country where another bloke has a relationship and a marriage to a holographic wife that he now can no longer communicate with because the software to keep her going or communicate with her no longer works or exists. I'm starting to understand why your birth rate is going down the drain.
A lot of people were asking in the comments of my last couple of videos about my anchor charts, so I'm going to take a minute to show you guys what I was talking about. Anchor chart is kind of just a teacher fancy word for poster.
I saw this video shared about a few times. I've lost the tweet though, my apologies. And I think it right you respond to this. It involves pronouns on posters. and other literary aids to ensure one provides the most warmest of cultures for teaching children.
So here you can see a couple of other anchor charts that I have for mindfulness. And then there at the top are my anchor charts about my pronouns. It says, my name is Mixed Cocktail. My pronouns are Z, Zem, Zir, and Zirs.
Do you remember when you were a kid, you used to make up languages? Anyone else do that? Those pronouns sound an awful lot like made-up language stuff. Now, I'm not here to judge that. I just find it baffling that kids are going to go out of their way, or have to go out of their way, extra going out of their way, as it says on your board there, doing something is with intention, as a way of guilting them and bullying them into doing what you tell them to do. It's, not very warm.
How to refer to Mixed Cocktail. Mixed C is my teacher. Z is multilingual. Students practice and speak Spanish with Zem. Zir hobby is learning languages.
Z is not a pronoun. Z is the identifying label for xenon, one of the noble gases of the periodic table. There is nothing noble about any of this, although I will admit, everything I've seen on that board can be considered hot air, gas, something in that area, you know. Videos like this make their way onto the Omegon 2 channel a lot, and the reason why is because this kind of stuff shouldn't be taught in schools. It really shouldn't. Children have to go through the formative years to understand, develop, and become who they are as they're older. They make up their own minds, which is what you've done. You've made up your mind who you are, but you're imposing it on other people, who then have to make even more of a concerted effort to think. I'm all for people thinking before they act, I really am, but when it comes to children, just let them be dragons. So next, a video from Alan Roberts, tweeted Vroom Vroom. The video is 1 minute long, concerning Jeffrey Marsh. And there is a key point within this. I'm not the biggest fan of Jeffrey Marsh. There are a few reasons why. Bullying on TikTok is certainly one of them. Yes, I know who that was, and how you did that, handled that, addressed it, and how people behaved because of your encouragement, Jeffrey, was unacceptable. Bullies are not cool, and you are that. A bully. A contradictory one as well. At one point identifying as non-binary, while in the same video with Dylan Mulvaney saying cis-het. Interesting really, isn't it? To Alan Roberts' video though.
Society will continue to receive what it allows.
Hi kids! There's no such thing as a boy or a girl.
Up until the tail end of the 15th century, all children were called girls. You are wrong.
I want to talk to the kids. Hi kids! It's possible to be like me and be happy. Hey kids! There are people who are not boys and not girls. Like me. Hi, it's good for children to see LGBTQ lives. Your parents screwed up.
This is the same person who sometimes encourages parents to leave the room to talk to the children on their own. Same person who had an open Patreon, then had to change it to over 18s only, when accusations came about. You, Jeffrey Marsh, did yourself no favors when called out for this. Bullying, harassment. Do I need to actually go into detail? Because they went after the person's livelihood and children because of you.
If you need a family, you can come hang out with me.
Cenk Yuga, if you don't realize that Tucker Carlson is obviously lying to you, you're in a cult. You've become detached from reality and genuinely don't realize it. Find someone who loves you and ask them for help. One of the reasons Tucker Carlson got a lot of attention of late concerns Mantar, Jacob Chansley, who during January 6th's little storming of the Capitol was walking through the entire building with the police opening the doors for him. Something Tucker Carlson pointed out. The legitimacy of this attack on the democracy looks less like an attack in that instance. Whether there's any truth to the whole argument, I'm English, why do I give a shit? I just find this amusing. There are other reasons that Tucker Carlson's been trending. I believe a $1.6 billion lawsuit to Fox, is that it? He might be a part of that as well. But I don't think if you follow Tucker Carlson or believe some of what he says, you are in a cult. If you blindly follow anyone, you are essentially sheeple. That is a cult unto itself. We all from time to time like to take a break from social media. Except for me. I don't get into enough fights. I'm not Edwin, and therefore not also a bitch. Courtesy of Hannah Clark, Jalen has to delete a video. Included are 2 images. Jalen, I will leave Twitter for 1 week starting now. Challenge. Let's go. If I win, you have to give me money. If you fail, you delete one popular video from your channel. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. Not long after, liking a post. Okay, interesting. Didn't take long, I guess. But then she went unliking, then liked another post. We are on 2 videos that need to be deleted, because it turns out Jaylin couldn't stop. Now, I followed Jaylin for a while on Twitter. If you're in commentary, you'll certainly know who Jaylin is. Jaylin gets into a lot of arguments. I've seen a fair few back and forths with bunk politics at the moment, but I can't keep up with half this crap. But underneath all of these tweets from Hannah, you're trusting a sociopath that doesn't give a poop about your word. You should just cut them off like the tumor they are. I've done it plenty of times, it helps. You are, apostrophe RE, the X2314. Consider yourself for this video edumacated. Okay.